Riddick first appeared on screens as one of the characters in the 1999 sci-fi horror film Pitch Black. The bald and brutal criminal quickly became a fan favorite, leading to a franchise spanning 25 years that includes multiple films, animated features, video games, and comics. These works fully revealed Riddick's impressive biography, showing him to be much more than just an escaped convict skilled at surviving on dangerous planets. His role in the fate of the galaxy is significant, and his story continues to evolve. In this video, I'll trace Riddick's path from the mysteries of his origins to his frightening transformation and subsequent fate. Enjoy the view. Riddick was born on the planet Furia, but even from birth, he was different from his fellow tribesmen, endowed with great strength and endurance as a chosen one. Before his birth, the leader of the Necromonger space conquerors, Lord Marshal Xylaw, consulted with the elemental seer, presumably an Arion, who prophesied that a male child born on Furia would cause his downfall. To prevent this prophecy, Xylaw attacked Furia, attempting to kill all male children and going so far as to personally strangle newborns. By doing this, Xylaw believed he was preventing his own death, but unknowingly set in motion the events leading to his demise. For unknown reasons, Riddick survived these events. Perhaps the innate traits of the infant were key to his survival. It's unclear who rescued baby Riddick from where Xylaw left him to die, or how he left the planet Furia. His official records stated, place of birth unknown. But it's clear that whoever was responsible for saving baby Riddick did not disclose his origins to any authorities. Little is known about Riddick's childhood, except that, by his own admission, he was educated in the correctional system. Although Riddick retained vague memories of the massacre on Furia, these memories were suppressed and forgotten, likely due to his very young age at the time. Instead, he believed that his mother tried to kill him at birth, strangling him with the umbilical cord and throwing him into a trash bin. This story was likely contained in his records and, just as likely, repeatedly told to him by those who cared little for the dignity of young Riddick. As Riddick grew older, he began to see a Furian woman named Shira in his dreams. He considered these visions signs of mental instability. Only after meeting with the Necromongers would his repressed memories finally break free. But much was yet to come, and Riddick faced other trials. As he grew up, Riddick started working for a shady company that provided various services to planetary governments and other corporations. The company used the labor of societal rejects, viewing them only as expendable resources. It was here that Riddick learned to pilot ships and received military training. He was sent to the planet Sigma-3 to work as a cleaner. His task involved searching for and destroying dangerous lizards. Riddick was injured several times while doing this job, and since his team gambled to choose the bait for the lizards, Riddick learned to cheat at dice. During his time on Sigma-3, he discovered how corrupt the company was. Riddick worked effectively, earning him a promotion and training at the prestigious academy on Sigma-3's moon. There, he became a much more efficient soldier. After graduating from the academy, he was sent back to Sigma-3, this time for security purposes. Riddick learned that life on Sigma-3 was almost like slavery, and providing security there meant murders and torture. Riddick spoke out against this, but the company refused to change its inhumane system. Instead, the company destroyed the evidence Riddick had gathered and sent him to prison. From that moment, prisons became a regular occurrence for Riddick. He hated having his freedom restricted, and he did everything he could to escape from any prison he was placed in. He mercilessly killed anyone who tried to stop him, without any remorse. The more actively they tried to capture and punish Riddick, the more victims there were, which only added to his list of crimes. Here are just a few of the prisons he had been in. Rebald Correctional Facility, where he killed a guard dressed in his uniform and escaped on a cargo ship. Hubble Bay Prison, Tangier Correctional Colony. How Riddick acquired his unique vision. There was a large bounty on Riddick's head, and most mercenaries and bounty hunters were eager to capture him for the reward, which meant Riddick could not stay free for long. His notable stay in Slam City prison followed one of his captures. During their journey to the prison, he was placed in cryosleep. When the warden of Slam City demanded Riddick be awakened to prove he was alive, Riddick woke up and, with calculated cruelty, killed one mercenary and took another hostage. Then he escaped into the dark depths of the prison. There, he survived assassination attempts by the guards known as the Shiners, people with enhanced night vision. To effectively counter them, Riddick asked another prisoner, who was a medic, to perform a special operation on his eyes. He claimed this was how he gained his night vision, but it would later turn out that the uniqueness of his eyes was due to other reasons. After escaping from Slam City, Riddick was soon captured again and taken to another prison, Butcher Bay. There, he instigated a riot and chaos and once again orchestrated an escape, seizing a spacecraft. However, during the space journey, mercenaries on the ship, Dark Athena, captured him. Their leader was the lethal Gale Rivas, about whom legends were told. But Riddick handled this problem too. He escaped from his captors and started killing mercenaries on Dark Athena. On the ship, he met other prisoners who had been confined by Gale Rivas. Among them, there was a girl, Lynn, and her mother, Ellen Silverman. Riddick managed to save the girl, but her mother died during the disturbances. Eventually, Riddick disabled Dark Athena and killed its captain, then escaped. However, mercenaries were still on his tail, and soon they tracked him down and captured him again, to deliver him to yet another prison. But the spaceship transporting Riddick was damaged en route and was forced to land on a dangerous planet. The subsequent events were depicted in the movie Pitch Black. After the shipwreck, Riddick and several other crew members, including the mercenary escorting Riddick, as well as ordinary passengers and other prisoners, were stranded alone on a desert planet. Soon it was discovered that the planet was inhabited by terrifying creatures called bioraptors, which had wiped out all life on the planet, including the scientists who had built a research base there. At first, the mercenaries continued to hunt the newly escaped Riddick. However, soon people had to unite for their common survival. During these events, Riddick made his first friends. They were Jack B. Ridd, actually a girl named Kyra, and Abu al-Walid. Also, during these events, Riddick met pilot Carolyn Fry, who showed him what it means to sacrifice oneself for others. In the end, Riddick and a few others managed to survive on the planet and send out a distress signal. They were soon rescued, but Riddick's troubles continued. Riddick, Kyra, and Abu al-Walid were picked up by another mercenary ship, which, recognizing who Riddick was, naturally took him captive. But Riddick once again managed to deal with his captors and escape. After this, he spent 5 years hiding in the icy world of UV6, but even there he was soon found. His former friend, Abu al-Walid, had tipped off the mercenaries. To find out why he had done this, Riddick went to Helion Prime to meet with Walid. There he learned that his friend had done it intentionally to find Riddick. Riddick was introduced to an elemental envoy, from whom he learned about the secret of his origins and the prophecy he was destined to fulfill. The Necromongers continued their conquests, and only Riddick could stop them. Initially, he refused to take on this mission, but eventually he had to confront the Necromongers. Riddick, uniting with his longtime friend Kyra, stood against the Necromongers. At a critical moment, he challenged their Lord Marshal Xylaw, who possessed supernatural powers. But one of Xylaw's commanders, Vako, intervened in the duel, wanting to take his place. Riddick was losing the fight, but thanks to Vako, he got a chance to kill Xylaw. After this, Riddick, according to the sacred tradition of the Necromongers, took the place of the defeated Lord Marshal, leading the horde of space conquerors and transforming into the leader of the most powerful force in the galaxy. But his fate was not yet concluded. There was one last trial awaiting him. Formally, Riddick became the leader of the Necromongers, but he refused to undergo the initiation ritual and enter the mystical threshold, which would have granted him the Lord Marshal's power. High-ranking Necromonger officers began to grumble against this and even attempted to assassinate Riddick, but he dealt with all the assassins and continued to hold power in his hands. Eventually, Riddick ordered a return to his home planet, Furia, to find out what had happened there and if there were any survivors. However, his inner circle betrayed him, and instead of Furia, Riddick was left on another desert and dangerous planet, abandoned there. Riddick was left alone and once again had to survive under harsh conditions. He tamed one of the local creatures, which became his dog, and also dealt with another batch of mercenaries who had come for his soul. After this, he escaped the planet and returned to the Necromongers as their leader. However, by that time, it turned out that Vako had already taken the title of Lord Marshal, having completed all the necessary rites. Riddick was forced to leave and once again became an outcast, but he did not give up his goal, to reach his homeland, the planet Furia. What happened to Riddick next is still unknown, but we will find out soon enough, as another film is currently in production, which will tell about Riddick's visit to his homeland. I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to it. What's your favorite Riddick film? Share in the comments. And that's all from me. If you like this video, don't forget to rate it, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell. Your activity is the best reward for me. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.